Now remember,
You want to eat this?
it's ray gun, not phaser. Imagizer, not Ustream. Earthlings, not Terrans.
Got it.
Hey!
And another thing, these villains...
Hi, friends. It's almost 7 o'clock on Saturday. And this is my first update all day. Yeah, I haven't really been very vloggy, have I? Let's see. Today has been a very nice day. I slept in. It was very nice. Went to Starbucks, got some coffee. I've been knitting a lot today. I have a pair of socks that I'm almost done. So I'm knitting this. I put the heel in this one today. Whoop. And I started this one. I'm doing afterthought heel. And if you're wondering what these stitch markers are doing, I use them to count 10 rows so that I know how many rows I did. I'm gonna start like actually taking really good notes when I knit socks so that I know what the perfect fit for my feet are, so that I don't have to keep like measuring the whole time. It's just like, okay, this is what fits my foot. And yeah, what's happening here? What is this? Anyways, it's very hot today. It's 31 degrees. It feels like 35. It's very hot. I'm very unhappy about it. And we don't have central air, so yeah, it's cool. Anyways, what else have I been doing today? I've been doing laundry. So the dryer is also going, so that's probably not helping. And I made supper on the stove, so that didn't help either. Chris is watching Star Trek Voyager, and I have been watching that with him today while I've been knitting and putting away laundry. And so I was gonna start editing my vlog so far, and my computer is just really full and it's really slow and it just makes me upset. So Chris is still watching Voyager, if you hear that. Anyways, what was I saying? So Chris let me use one of his external hard drives that still had a lot of space, so I'm moving stuff over there to kind of free up room for, I don't know, I just like really need to clean up my computer. And like, I have an external hard drive and I haven't updated it in years, so I need to like actually organize things really well, because I have like, they're kind of organized, but I have like things in both places, and it's like, I don't need to have things in both places, just one. But yeah, so I was gonna start editing my vlog and then I got distracted by that, so now I'm moving things over. So I've been doing that. I've been coloring. I've been coloring this page into my secret garden coloring book. Right on this page. I got some Crayola super tips, so I wanted to do them on a simple page. So I've been doing that. As far as reading today, I have finished listening to an audiobook that doesn't feel any challenges for the reading rush, but I was listening to At Knit's End, Meditations for Women Who Knit Too Much, by Stephanie Pearl McPhee, and that is just very fun. It was fun to listen to while I was knitting, especially. And it's like, how do I describe it? It's just like little, you know, thoughts and meditations on knitting and stories of things that she's experienced in knitting and like quotes and stuff. It was very fun. I wouldn't recommend the audiobook because it's kind of a book that you just like read in little bits. So it's probably better as a physical book or an ebook. Yeah, so I finished that while I was sitting here at my computer and while I was folding laundry. I have read a little bit of Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I think that's the last book that I need to finish for the reading rush. And I think that I'm going to go sit in my bed and knit and read the book. Because sitting in here, it's, well, I could sit in here too. But yeah. It's just so warm. Ugh, it's so hot. I hate it. I hate summer. Blah. Everyone's like, I love the heat. I love summer. And I'm like, get out of here. I have like reverse sad. Most people get sad in seasonal affective disorder in winter, and I think I get it in summer. I hate summer so much. Anyways, don't come at me. If you love summer, okay, that's fine. You can love it. I don't. But yeah, so that's kind of the reading today. So I'm gonna work on my sock and finish up that heel and work on cleaning up my computer and maybe start editing my vlog. Who knows? I finished my socks. So, wow, that looks really dark in here. This is not black. This is like a royal blue. So I had the main part left over from some other socks that I made, full-length socks. And so I was like, I like to use the leftover bits to make like ankle socks, short socks. Yeah, so, and these ones I decided to just do like different colors for everything. So that was fun. Yeah. So those are my socks. It's still hot, as previously mentioned, so I'm gonna put these in a drawer now.
L and R buttons when you're ready.
These. No, Miko.
I got extremely lucky. I got the blue ones out first.
Come on.
Chris,
Green
you're
one.
shaking it too much.
No.
there's a finesse to these things.
Yeah. They keep hitting each other, though.
Yeah, but you gotta do
Go
it
down.
gentler.
No. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wait, just calm down with that.
We're familiar with the concept, Mom.
Nice clean bowl.
Are you ready for ice cream?
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
He's like, "Where's the ice cream?"
You scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Are you taking a video or are you?
I'm taking a video.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, there was a dirty bowl.
I was just gonna sit there.
You're cute. Hey, Storm. Hey guys, it is 10:30. Sunday, yeah. I know. It's the last day of the reading rush. Last hour and a half. Aww, bye. It's the last hour and a half, and I haven't done a lot of reading this yesterday or today. I have 30% left of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And it's very fast reading, so I think I can do it. So I'm trying to get it done. Yeah, and that was the last one that I wanted to finish. So if I finish this, then I will have completed all of the challenges. Yes, we'll see how much I get read before I fall asleep. As you can see, my eyes are not, all the way open right now. It's 11. I'm falling asleep. My Kindle says that I have 36 minutes left of the book. I hope it's not wrong. I'm at 83%. I did it. I finished it. I finished the challenges. It is literally, it's 11:45. So I'm ready for bed. I was falling asleep while I was reading that. I was enjoying it, but I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. Hey, I got a haircut. It's been several days since, it's been a couple weeks since the reading rush ended. So I'm going to wrap it up and get this vlog up. Rogue, come say hi. I just got home from work. Okay. Also, I got a selfie stick tripod for my phone. So that's exciting. I can actually vlog hands-free. It's nice. Okay. So let's talk about the books that I read during the reading rush. Because also, if I add this to my July wrap-up, that will be very long indeed. Here we go. Okay, so the first book that I finished for the reading rush was Howl's Moving Castle, which fit the prompts to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. I've seen the Studio Ghibli movie, love it. And also read a book. No, that was it. I thought that one was supposed to do too. Oh yeah, read a book completely outside of your house. Okay, yeah. So I listened to the audiobook for that at work. There we go. Okay. No. Just kidding. Wow, I don't know how to do this. Okay. Okay. Howl's Moving Castle by Dan Owen Jones. So that is I guess it's kind of young adult-ish, but I think it could also be adult, because Sophie is an adult. And it follows Sophie, and she is the eldest daughter, so she doesn't get to have adventures. And there we go. Okay. So she's the eldest daughter. She doesn't get to have adventures because she's the eldest daughter. But then she does have an adventure. A witch comes and puts a spell on her. That makes her an old woman. And so she runs away from home because she's embarrassed that she's an old woman. And she basically ends up on the doorstep of Howl's moving castle. Howl, the moving castle of the wizard Howl, and it's very fun. The first half of the book is lines up with the movie that I'm familiar with, but then apparently the second half of the book, the movie is quite different, which is not bad. I liked the book. I liked it very much. I was very glad that I read it. Yeah, just some of the things that they changed for the movie. I guess it makes sense for a movie, but yeah, the book was really good, so I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. So that was the first one that I finished. Then I read Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, which was the group read for the Reading Rush. And I listened to that on audio, and I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I thought that it had some merits in what it was trying to say. So I wasn't sure. Like, I wasn't sure if I got what the point of this book was when I was reading it. I think I kind of did, based on some of the reviews that I read after I finished it. So this is a book. The main character, she's a young black woman, and she's a babysitter for a wealthy family. And one day, late in the evening, this family, the parents have to deal with the police for something, and they don't want their daughter around, so they call the babysitter. What's her name? Amira? Yeah. Amira, and they ask her to take their daughter just like somewhere off the premises so that she's not around and getting in the way. I don't know. So she takes the little girl. What was her name? I forgot what her name was. Anyways. And Briar. That was her name. Right? Has anyone else read this book? She takes Briar to the grocery store in this wealthy neighborhood. And then, so there's this... and then the security guard comes up to her and is like, hey, is this girl supposed to be with you? And so there's that kind of racial profiling, I guess, in this rich neighborhood. And so that's kind of where the story takes off, is this event and kind of the things that follow after it. But it's not like this huge plot. It's more of the tensions between Amira and the family that she works for and these other people, white people in her life. And so I didn't love Amira as a main character just because, I don't know, like, I understand. So she's like supposed to be 25 or 26 or something, and she still like doesn't really know what she's doing with her life. Like, she's babysitting part-time, and then she has another part-time job, and she's very content with that, which is fine. And it doesn't bother her that she doesn't want to do anything else with her life. And so yeah, at like 26, she's still which is relatable, but then it kind of felt a little bit off in the book for me, because she hangs out with these friends that, like, they all have careers, and like one of them's a nurse, and they all like they're on their feet, and like it feels like she's just like, I don't know, immature. I don't know, not immature, but like she's just kind of like, whatever, like everything's just kind of whatever. And I guess I would have liked to have seen if it like, that it did actually bother her sometimes. But it never, like, it doesn't really. I don't know. I guess I couldn't relate to that because when I was 26 and I was just at the point then when I was like, me and Chris, we were like still trying to get on our feet financially at 26. We were starting to get there. And at that point, it really bothered me that I was almost 30 and I didn't know what I was doing with my life. So that's probably just like personality differences. I don't know. But yeah, like I was reading the book and I was kind of confused because I didn't know what the point of it was. I wasn't sure what the author was trying to say with the characters and the situations. And I think I did understand, and then reading some reviews, it's kind of about like fake allyship, I guess. This book is set in 2015, 5 years ago. It is a new book that came out within the last year, but it's set in 2015, which is just kind of ironic. And also ironic that it was chosen for the group book. Well, I'm sure we all know what happened. It's chosen for the group book, and then Ariel and Raylene didn't even read it. Which is ironic because that's, kind of what the book is about this fake allyship of white people with the Black Lives Matter, essentially. So you get these two different characters in Amira's life who are trying to help her in different ways, which I guess maybe is the point of her not caring, or her character not caring, because there are these two people on either side that they're trying to help her, and they care like way too much about her life and where it's going, and she's just like, I'm just me, and they're like, oh, but you need to be so much better. So there is that, it's whatever. Different things. As I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, that is what it's about, right? But they don't really care about her as a person. They just care about what they think she should be and what she represents for Black people. Yeah. So that's kind of what the book is about. And yeah, I think some of the things that the book is saying, they're obviously important. I'm just not sure if, I guess for me, it wasn't that effective, I guess. But it was. It definitely, made me think. So I'm still thinking about it, trying to process it. Oh, I have you on my desk, and if I put my rest on my arm, then the camera's moving. Can you even notice? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a mess. Okay. The next book that I finished was exciting. And I could say a lot about this. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I read this for read a book that starts with the, and read a book that the cover matches your birthstone. And my birthstone is emerald, so this is a very emerald green. I started at I was on page 178, so I still ended up reading several hundred pages of this book. Okay. And so a lot of the things that I've seen about this book, I've seen positive things and I've seen negative things. And all of the negative things are like, does this book need to exist? Does it need to exist? No. Does any book need to exist? No. Does this book need to be set in this world? Does it need to follow President Snow, Coriolanus? I think, okay. I love this book, okay? And I think it doesn't live up to the original trilogy in terms of love, but I think it has its place in this series. Because the ideas that are presented in this book, I think they just really fit in with the story. So basically this book follows President Snow and the 10th Hunger Games. So at that point, they're not a thing. They, like, people, they don't make that big spectacle about them that we discovered the games in. Like, you know, that spectacle. People didn't watch them really outside of the capital. Like, they didn't want to think about the games because it just was children killing each other, and they just avoided it if they could. And so President Snow is tied into the games, and so we're following I'm going to stop holding it because it's a big book and it's kind of heavy. But we're following his perspective and how he views the games and kind of how they become, you know, the spectacle that we're familiar with. And I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant the way that Suzanne Collins tied all of these things together from the original trilogy and, like, tied them into this book. And, like, you know, see their origins and stuff. I thought it was just so brilliant and clever. I think she's an amazing writer. And I feel like that nuance is... See, I'm talking about such a fun age, and my brain didn't want to catch on to the nuance really in that book, I guess. But maybe I can see the nuance because I've read The Hunger Games like 4 times. So I know what the nuances are. Anyways, but yeah, because I've read that series so many times and I'm familiar with it and the movies, and so that story is really important to me, I guess. Yeah, it is important to me. It's an important book in my reading life. So then this one, I've picked it up again. This one, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Okay. I totally forgot what my point was of all of that was. Yeah, just the, like, all of that stuff from the original trilogy tied into this one so well. And then, just the points that Suzanne Collins was making. I watched a couple video essays, reviews on this book that were really good, and I think they say it better than I could because, you know, they sit down and think about their thoughts before they talk about them. But I think that, yeah, in my opinion, this was just so well done. I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads, but, you know, I almost could rate it a 5 at this point because just the things that I've been thinking about, it's so well done. Does it need to be over 500 pages? That I'm not sure, but it's still really good. And I think maybe people were expecting this to be more like... No, I'm sure people were expecting it to be more like the original trilogy, but I think the things that Suzanne Collins had to say and how you can kind of see... you can tell that she's been thinking about real life events, and she has things to say about them, and she says them through Coriolanus. Yeah, it's really good. So I'm glad this book exists, okay? Because I think in today's landscape, it says some important things. But yeah. Wow. Spent a lot of time talking about that. Okay. Hello. Why did I close the page? Okay, so then the next book that I finished... There we go. The next book that I finished was Knitlandia. My poor... I don't even know how this book got in this condition from Book Outlet, but anyways, Knitlandia by Clara Parks, and Knitter Sees the World. And so, I'm not sure what I thought... Okay, what I thought this book would be like her going to different parts in the world and like exploring how knitting is important in these different communities. But kind of what it is the author going to different, yarn conventions, knitting conventions, essentially. There and hanging out with the famous people in the knitwear world, in the designers and the teachers and the yarn dyers, those people. Apparently Claire Parks is a very important teacher. And so that was kind of my problem with this book, was it kind of felt like, yes, I'm a very important person in this community, and look at all of the cool people that I've gotten to hang out with because I'm super cool. That's kind of how this book felt to me at times. So basically she's just going around the States to different conventions. And like doing different things. So it's not really the world, it's more like the United States, and then she goes out of the country a couple times. Because she goes to Iceland, which was a neat story, and Paris. And those, and Edinburgh in Scotland. So 3 out of the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16. So 3 out of the 16 stories take place outside of the United States. But yeah. So she's just telling stories about these events that she's been to and people that she's met. Yeah. I did still like it because of that. I did like reading about that, like, camaraderie that you feel with fellow knitters and crocheters. People in the fiber arts community. That, like, you just feel that kinship with them. So I did like that. And like, the little musings that only knitters would get, I like that. But yeah, it just kind of was like, it was like, it just felt like, like humble bragging. Anyways, I just happened to open the book, and this is a line that I really liked. We are cultural... Oh. A funny thing happens when more than one knitter gathers in a public place. A solo knitter, presuming she is a woman, quickly fades into the backdrop like a potted palm or a quietly nursing mother. We are a cultural metaphor for invisibility, something Agatha Christie knew quite well when she gave Miss Marple her needles and yarn. What better cloak of invisibility from which to observe the evil doings of the world? A single knitter is shorthand for nothing to see here, move on. But when knitters gather, we become incongruously conspicuous. We are a species that other people aren't used to seeing in flocks, like a cluster of corgis, a dozen Elvis impersonators waiting for the elevator. Which I thought was kind of funny, but then I was thinking about it, I was like, that's not been my experience with when people see me knitting in public by myself. Like, usually, well, often people then think it's an invitation to come talk to me, which it's not. But often people ignore me. I'm just thinking about one time specifically when I went to the doctor and this lady just talked my ear off. And then, yeah, anyways. So, and I didn't really mention this book during my vlogs, I don't think. Because I read it pretty fast. And I didn't vlog very well. Anyways, okay, so then the next book that I finished, I didn't talk about in my vlogs. Oh, what challenges did that fill? I've been talking for 20 minutes already. Okay. The first book that I touched, that's right, that was the first book that I touched. I picked a stack of books, and then I got Chris to hold them, and then I went like this. And then the first one that I felt, it was that one. Okay. Then the next book that I finished, I didn't talk about in the vlogs at all, because I kind of just started it as like something to listen to because I didn't have anything else to listen to, or I had like 10 minutes to listen to something. And that was At Knit's End by Stephanie Pearl McPhee, another knitting book. And this one, the subtitle is Meditations for Women Who Knit Too Much. So it's just like, I wouldn't recommend the audio because the audio is fine. But the way that it's told, it just has like, it's just like short musings and quotes and little stories about being a knitter. And I enjoyed this one way more than Knitlandia because it felt more relatable. And Stephanie Pearl McPhee is also, I think, a teacher, but it didn't feel like she was humble bragging the whole time. Like, look at all these cool things that I get to do. Look at how famous I am. And I think she is actually mentioned in this book, which is funny. Stephanie Pearl McPhee. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I really liked it, and I ended up listening to it on Saturday because I didn't have any more audiobooks to listen to, and I had started it during the reading rush, so I decided I would just keep listening to it, and I ended up finishing it on Saturday when I was working on my sock and organizing my computer. So that's what I was listening to. And yeah, I would recommend it if you're a knitter. I would recommend, though, I mean, get the audio if you want. It's fun to listen to while you're knitting. But it also is the kind of book that you can just like pick up, read a page or two, and put down. So yeah, it was good. Okay, and then the last book that I read was Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And I read that for read a book that takes place in a different continent because it is set in Japan, which would be Asia. And then read a book in a genre you want to read more from. And I want to read more translated fiction from Japanese. Japanese fiction is what I want to read more of. And also it's kind of time travel-y, which I always enjoy. And so that one I read as an ebook, and I really enjoyed it. I really love, in the Japanese fiction that I've read so far, it just always feels kind of slow and quiet. And it's not like super like racing plot. And it's more about the characters and their interactions with each other, which I always enjoy. But yeah, so this is a light sci-fi, time travel. There's a cafe that has a chair at a table. And if you sit in this chair, you can travel into the past. Well, you can travel into the future, but most people travel to the past. And there are lots of rules, and the most important rule is that you have to finish drinking your cup of coffee before it gets cold. And then once you're done drinking your coffee, then you come back. So you have that very short, 5 to 10 minute window before your coffee gets cold. And so we've just followed different characters that are like features in the cafe. So like the people that work there, the owners, and then like the regular customers, and like some people that come in. And so we just kind of see how their lives, their relationships are interconnected, and then, the people that obviously time travel. There's time travel. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I was very falling asleep at the end when I was trying to finish it. I kind of regret that because, yeah, I don't know. Just didn't quite get the ending. But, get it as in retain. But it was good, and I would recommend it if you like books like that. Yeah. So those are the books that I read during the reading rush. And so yeah, this will be, the last vlog. And do I have anything else? A little bit sad about some of the things that happened during the reading rush in terms of Ariel and Draylene and some of the things that they did. It just didn't seem like it went very well for them this year with posting the announcement video on Juneteenth and then not reading the group read and not really promoting things, but then promoting the merch a lot. I feel like they just kind of... I feel like maybe they got so caught up. And last year it was about the website, and then this year it felt like it was about the merch and stuff. And I mean, this has been a weird year for everyone, right? We're all just in a weird place this year. And I just feel like maybe they kind of lost sight what the reading rush is about. Like, I feel like maybe they need to just, like, tone it back a bit. Like, when I think about Dewey's 24-hour readathon, and previously when I thought about the reading rush, it was about reading. And I'm not sure, like, this year, it just felt a little bit off. Am I the only person that felt that? But, like, Dewey's 24-hour readathon, you just read. That's the point, right? And it's been that way for years and years. And they don't really... It's not really about anything else. Yeah, what am I talking about? I haven't thought about this very much. I will say, though, like, Ariel and Raylene, they got a lot of flack this year. And I don't know. I do agree that they made some mistakes, but I don't think we should hold it against them because we're all learning and trying to do better. And it's hard when you're a public person like that, I'm sure. And you're getting this criticism when they're just people too. They're young women and we've all just been going through this crap bucket of a year. Right? And so I think all of our mental states are just a little bit off. And so I don't think we should hold it against them. And I hope that they will do it again next year. I saw some comments that were like, if, and I was like, please do it again. Like, please keep doing the reading rush, but like tone it back. Like, just, I don't know. Does this make sense? Anyways, I still had a really good time. I managed to do a lot of reading even while my family was here. So that was good. But yeah, I've been talking for half an hour. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to make supper. I'm looking for my phone to see what time it is. This is my phone right here. Okay. So yeah. I hope that you have a really good day. Thanks for watching this vlog. Thanks for listening to my rambles. Like, honestly, I'm still sometimes just so shocked that people watch my videos and, like, listen to me ramble. But, I think I'm a cool person. So even though my brain doesn't always know what's going on, you keep me around. That's cool. Okay. I hope that you have a really good day. I have to get used to how my phone is on this thing. Because the camera is here. And the screen is here. And I just, like, want to line up with the screen. But I need to line up with the camera. Anyways. Do you like my haircut? I didn't like it at first. But it's growing on me. Quality dad joke. No, but like a couple weeks into it. And it's settling on my head. So I'm okay. At first I kind of regretted it. Thanks for watching the vlog. There will be more vlogs. So keep it real. Thanks for watching. Bye.